Hey guys, sorry about getting this one up so late. We went out of town riding last weekend. Went to Bethlehem Skate Park, Penn Skate, and Charm City. And, there's a bunch of clips up on Instagram from that. That was a good time. But I never recorded an intro or processed a podcast for you. So this one was recorded a couple weeks ago. Never got it up. It's with Brad Gibbs and myself. So, I don't need to do too much of an intro. A lot of you Pittsburgh guys know who Brad is. Everyone else is about to learn. But, thanks for checking another episode out, and I hope you enjoy.
Nothing like a T9 420.
Nothing like a T9 420. 420.
Always.
Thanks for checking out another episode, edition, whatever you want to call it, of GrindWorks BMX Podcast. This is number not telling you yet, even though you'll know when you're listening because the intro comes before this, tells you what number it is. Shake, 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 shake. I haven't fixed it yet. I know. My name's Andy. Most of you know me. Again, I say this every week. I'm not sure how you got here if you don't know who I am and what GrindWorks is. But, I get it. YouTube takes you weird places. I'm doubting you accidentally found it on Spotify or any of those, but maybe you did. Anyway. I'm sitting here with Brad Gibbs, Pittsburgh local.
How's it going?
Potentially sponsored bike rider. We'll talk about that shortly.
Washed. Super washed.
Washed up bike rider.
Washed up bike rider.
Skateboarder.
Apparently. According to some people.
So, alright, Brad, what's going on? Hang on. This sucks that I need to do this right now.
Hey, dude,
but my chair is pushing on the table.
Yeah, don't do that.
So,
yeah, you're gonna mess up the whole cast.
I'm ruining it already.
That's alright. Gives me a dew break.
But I don't fix anything.
I'm gonna set my dew down on your 9420. It's a good printer.
Oh, TN.
Oh, yeah.
TN 420.
My brain was just... My brain said that. So what's going on? Let's talk bikes.
Bikes?
Yeah.
I'm here. I mean, I got bikes in the room. Plenty of bikes in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Not riding many bikes.
Not riding many, but I know, what the hell. Haven't been at the park lately.
Like once a week, twice a week if I'm lucky.
Dad life.
Dad life.
Dad life. Work
That's
life.
That's really kind of why I'm doing this. It's like, well, I can't do bikes, but I can still talk about bikes a lot.
I love talking about bikes.
My brain never shuts off for bikes. So.
Talk about bikes, watch bikes, sleep bikes,
Sleep bikes.
I go home and I sleep on a bike while I dream about bikes.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
So, you and I have known each other, like 5 years now? Pretty much like right when I moved down here.
Yeah, met you at Boyce Park. I was skating at the time.
With a broken wrist?
With a broken wrist, because I have a screw in my left wrist. Great.
And it fused together or something weird.
Yeah, it was messed up. They told me 3 months recovery. I didn't ride for a year. So that was intense. So I picked up skating, started shredding bowls, and that was as far as I got with that.
And that's what all the ladies know you for, is skateboarding.
Hate skating. I'm so glad I'm riding.
I'm not a big skateboarding fan either. I don't know. I've always gone in and out of it. Like my dad skated. My dad also rode bikes.
Yeah.
I got sick tabletop photos of him from when he was young. But he skated. Like I kind of grew up skating because my dad skated.
Yeah.
We had a 6-foot vert ramp in my backyard. Which is really aggressive vert.
That's sweet. My dad was never busting new tabletops, but he definitely taught me the classic bunny hop.
My dad taught me how to ride down the front steps of our house and broke his wrist.
Nice.
He's like, oh, check this out. I'll show you how to ride down the front steps.
Ate shit.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, what are you doing?
Our front steps are steep up there.
Crazy.
It's only like a 3-stair, so doesn't matter how steep they are. It's the perfect height for your back wheel to still be up top.
Oh, so just bucked them.
And then your front wheel's down in the crevice, and there's nothing to keep you moving.
It's like a tight kinker.
Yeah.
You just gotta push through.
Yeah, well, apparently he doesn't know how to ride downstairs like he was proclaiming.
Yeah. Gotta get down with the kinkers. That way, you know how to push through some stairs.
Man.
Dude, I hate when people say they don't know how to hit a kink rail. I'm like, you just do it. What do you mean? You just
Well, there's no practicing for it.
Get in there.
You just have to hop on and figure it out on the fly.
Honestly, I've always thought in my head it's like riding a roller. Like when you like pump your knees and you pump your body through a roller and you just like let the bike absorb it. You do the same thing. You just same shit. It's just
I haven't hit any like real kink rails.
Yeah.
But any like park kink rails or anything, and watching other people hit them, like unless you start getting into a gnarly one that's got 3-4 major down kinks in it, the first couple almost help you.
Yeah.
Because you get to pop and land in a fresh double peg.
Yep.
So as long as you're good at landing in your double peg, you can kind of like re-square up over and over. But by the time you hit the third one, you've gained so much speed that it's not the same trick anymore.
Yeah.
And then you're starting to get off, and it magnifies it.
They
like
get
multiplies
weird.
it.
They definitely get weird when you're getting into like 3 or 4 kinks. But I feel like kink rails are to the point where it's like you almost don't even have to think about balancing. You're just like you're so focused on the kinks that your body does something, and you just make it through every time, no matter what.
Your crank arm and bottom bracket start to hit the rail on every kink, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, those are the fun ones. When your back peg's teetering up and your front peg's touching the rail and your back end's up in the air touching nothing. Yeah, that's a good kink.
That's when you get 3-4 kinks in and your back peg misses the rail altogether and you just die.
Go down.
You're like, how did I even fall?
I've ate my fair amount of shit on kink rails, so I know all about it.
So, now I'm trying to think which podcast we talked about this in. But we were talking in one of these more recent episodes. Might not have even been posted technically yet. But we were talking about the Binghamton trip. The very first one, the Dolphin Rodeo trip.
Oh, yeah.
Where you went up there and you're like, I want to hit a good rail. And then every single place we went to, we're like, hey, Brad, there's a rail.
It pissed me off that whole trip. Every fucking rail we saw. I was like, oh, Brad, hit that rail. I was just like, dude, I ain't fucking warmed up yet. You guys are like pointing out 40-stair rails.
You're like, I don't even want to hit a rail anymore.
Yeah, I gave up on rails that trip because of you guys. It's like, I'm done.
It's pretty funny, though.
Oh, I got super angry at that one ledge spot, too. I couldn't land anything because I was rusty.
Was that trip?
We've
had like a couple
was that
now.
That trip?
Because I don't remember. Like, you guys came up for my bachelor party. You came up for that FBM jam.
Yeah, we were up for a few times.
And you've come up for 2 of the GrindWorks jams, or only one of them?
2. Only one street jam.
Okay.
Is what I made it up for. But, yeah, I've been up there a bunch.
Yeah, so
I don't remember. There's that gapture rail at the bowling alley that I still need to go do.
Because there was also the trip where you blew up your front wheel on that Hang 5.
Yeah.
Hang 5 to manual the bar out.
And Cameron's green wheel. Now he doesn't have a matching wheel anymore.
Well,
is he still running that?
That was actually one of the shop wheels.
No, it was at Cameron's house. Remember?
I know. So he had all the inventory from HCS that I actually ended up buying for the Ice House.
Now he's running the back wheel, and I had the front wheel. Screwed him on his color scheme.
Yeah, maybe.
Last time I seen him, he was running the back wheel. I should tell him I'm not running the green front anymore. He can have it. Yeah, I remember that. I exploded my wheel, and I was like, we need to go buy one now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I paid him.
Yeah, but I can't remember what trip that was, because it wasn't the Dolphin Rodeo trip.
No, it wasn't that trip. It was the second time. But that was the trip when I got really angry and was throwing my bike.
But was that the one for the bachelor party then?
I don't know. I forget.
I can't figure it out because I'm pretty sure you've been up there 4 trips.
Probably.
But
It's been a handful.
I'm only counting 3.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what that last one that I'm thinking of was, but anyway.
I don't know. I was up there a bunch, though. I've been angry. I blew up wheels. Did not grind rails.
Have you ever hit a handrail in Binghamton at this point, other than the HCS one? That your wrist was still broken?
That's tough. Yeah, I forgot I rode that whole HCS jam with a bum wrist.
Yeah.
Threw down.
Lucky 180, the steepest rail ever.
With a broken wrist. That's alright. It was worth it.
Remember how bad Latane was getting worked on that rail?
God. I was scared as hell to get worked on that rail. It was a flat top to a flat bottom, and it had like a 8-foot drop in the center. So it was like riding a death rail. It wasn't fun.
It was so steep, and then he's trying to like hanger it or something, and he just kept missing the rail altogether, and just like belly flopping into the flat bottom.
And they're like, "Oh, rail contest!" And there's like 40 people at the jam, and like 3 of us rode the rail contest. I was like, "God damn! I guess this rail is serious." Everyone was scared.
I don't think it was as bad as everyone thought. It's that
it was steep, and it just had no like.
It didn't have
just
stairs. It didn't have anything to gauge you as to where it was.
Well, it puts you right into the ground too. It didn't mellow out at the bottom, so it just like seriously right into the fucking ground. It like the only thing it felt smooth on it was an ice pick because you could just scoot right down it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, Lucky 180 was not easy.
I think that was made out of head tube.
Really? It's a sweet rail.
Yeah, unmachined head tube or bottom bracket. I don't remember which one, but it was from FBM.
Dude's always got the craziest rail setups. That crazy, kinky, weird thing that Zach pegs harded.
I don't understand how that.
I don't even know how he got through it. I couldn't double peg it, but he pegs hard.
I mean, I got through it.
Just like every rail that I don't understand, he pegs hards. Like, okay.
He pegs harded something else there that was way weirder than that, and I can't think of what it was.
I don't know. It still blows my mind when he even pegs hards the down rail in the park room at the wheel mill. I'm just like, can't even. Come on.
I don't know. Pegs hard has never been my trick.
No, me either. I'm a street guy.
There was a good little while where I was real good at feeble hards.
Yeah.
But it was the ice house, and it was a 12-inch tall ledge, and I could do it every single time.
I miss that place, man.
And now we could go anywhere else, and I could have like a 3-foot tall ledge, and I still won't be able to feeble hard it.
This is your spot, you know?
Dude, it's so good.
It was so good. Man, let's go there. Let's go there right now. Just ride a
I almost guarantee you that dude hasn't been motivated enough to re-rent that space out.
No. Did you guys end up tearing all that drywall off?
No.
No?
We also didn't get our security deposit back, so.
Fuck it. You need it anyway.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd rather not even ask for it because most likely it'll turn into a battle.
Yeah.
Like, even though we kind of destroyed the drywall, and kind of a loose word.
Yeah, kind of. Thousands of peg holes everywhere.
Tyler.
Here's how I ice picked the wall. Send it.
Yeah, which was funny like the first 3 or 4 times, and then when it turned into an every session thing, and it was like new holes all over the place.
It turned into like 6 of us doing it at the same time. We're all seshing the wall. Forgot about the ramps. Yeah, that place was fun, man. It was a nice little escape to go there.
Still wish we could have done it at the wheel mill.
Yeah. Oh well.
There's still an entirely empty room.
Oh yeah, they got that room upstairs that just sits with a green circle. You could have an awesome street plaza up there. You could just take all your ramps and throw them up there.
I tried.
I know. Come on.
It is what it is.
They're doing their thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
well, I tried to get.
You gotta appreciate it though.
After they said no, I tried to get them down to skate 1-4.
Yeah.
But like that just didn't work out schedule wise. Like he couldn't come pick them up when I needed them picked up. And then Anthony and Max ended up taking them, so they're still all around.
Cool. That's another place I've been meaning to go ride. I need to go ride that barn park. They've been bugging me about it. I need to get out there. It looks really fun.
I would like to.
Have you never been either?
I haven't been. I'm allergic to hay.
Dude, you're not allergic to anything.
I'm allergic to everything. It is what it is.
It's bullshit.
I'm just allergy boy.
Can't take you anywhere.
Stuff me in a bubble.
Yeah, we'll bubble you up. We'll go. Well, technically, there's no hay in the barn since there's ramps in the barn, right?
No, they had like a whole section of it. It was like hay.
Gotta,
if you look at some of the old clips, there's like hay bales in the background.
You're just gonna ride with one of those dust masks. You'd be set.
I used to go to Derek's barn occasionally.
Like an old Asian lady riding.
And I could ride there for like 5 minutes, and then I had to leave. There was no more riding there. It was really bad.
We'll get you. Yeah, we'll hook you up with one of those little loop around your ear dust masks, like all the Asian people down in Oakland. It'll be perfect.
I don't understand. Like, I get when you're sick.
I never understood it either.
Unless you...
Like, who traumatized this person to think that they need to go out in public like this?
Maybe it's a cultural thing that, like, it might just be common practice in different parts of, Asia.
Maybe.
I would assume primarily China, just because of dense population.
But there's always like that.
That you're always just so close to other people.
But there's always just like one person. There's never like everybody doing it. There's always just like that one random guy. And you're like, what's up with you, man? You got something that we don't want?
And if that's the case, is that little paper mask really going to help us?
Yeah. Like, what do you have that you're not trying to spread around? Sketching me out, guy.
I always just treat it like in the doctor's office, that the person wearing that's the sick one. I treat the others. Anywhere else, it's like they probably just don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
But I wonder when, because it's a lot of the time it's around the colleges.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, it's probably an international student and they may not have an immune system for Americanized diseases. But again, it's only like 1 or 2 people, right? So you're like, what's going on?
And I just got kicked out of a spot, so I really have no sympathy. I'm just like, look at this guy. What are you doing? I just got yelled at, so I'm going to take it out on you.
Yelling stuff about biological warfare.
I usually just like fake sneeze when I ride past those people. I'm just like, sorry, my bad. Germs everywhere.
Awesome.
Only
those awful. And I left my water on this side, which doesn't help.
I'm gonna grab that.
I'm gonna start looking this way.
Go ahead. I'll just look over here.
It doesn't affect anyone on the audio podcast.
I'll just read a book.
The audio only, it's like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just be sitting here doing anything.
I need to start doing a lot of visual stuff so that we can make all the people on audio feel like they're missing out.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. Look at you.
I know. You see my hair right now?
I do. You're thinking so hard that your hair's growing.
Whoa.
Wow. Wouldn't that be a mind melter if Andy showed up and had hair one day?
Yeah, check out Brad's shirt.
Oh yeah, they're pissed. Sorry guys.
Are they though?
Nah, they don't care.
They're most likely they're either driving along and can't hear that well anyway.
Or just background noise.
Because no one's rebalancing their equalizer in their car to fit a podcast. They're just listening to it with the bass jacked up. And then it's like you can't hear any talking. You have to put it on like pop settings where it pops the treble up.
Yeah. They're just jamming our podcast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They loved that. Oh my god.
I would love it if someone was mad, like legitimately mad that we were talking about visual things here.
I mean, we might have a few diehards out there that just like can't wait for the next podcast to come out.
Dude, they come out and then like, all right, we're talking about visual stuff, so now they're like, all right, I'm gonna have to check out the YouTube later, and then they log in. There's like,
they were just sitting there. This shit's gonna blow up, and you're gonna be like John Lennon. There's gonna be like some guy waiting for you down in the lobby. It's just gonna gun you down. It'd be crazy.
I'm gonna get shanked at the wheel mill over fake visual stuff in the podcast.
It's like, I love your podcast. done for. Just because he's madly in love with you, and he can't bear the thought to see you with anyone else. So, you must die.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense.
That's how all the good people go.
I'll be like, wait, you gotta do it on the podcast.
Yeah, wait, come up for an interview first. Explain why you're gonna do this.
Yeah, come on, we gotta film it. I made a joke today on my Instagram post.
Oh, did you?
Because I was just hyping up the Josh one again. I posted about Doyle's podcast that he just started.
Yeah, I saw that.
Then I posted to follow mine, and I posted to follow Matt Smith's. Yeah. But on Doyle's, I'm like, everyone's starting podcasts. This podcast the new vlog? But seriously, is podcasting the new vlog? Because everyone's doing it.
I think it is. Seriously, like, after this one started, and I don't know if it's just because I wasn't paying attention, but after the GrindWorks one started, yeah, they started popping up like crazy. Now everybody in the BMX world has a podcast. Shit, we even beat like Reynolds and all those dudes to the podcast. Now they're all doing podcasts.
There's a ton. So like the Come Up had theirs for a while, and then didn't do anything with it for a good little while. Ride was doing Feeble Talk, I think it was called.
Really? I never heard of that one.
Then there were a handful of others like BMX in Our Blood, and I think Space Brothers and stuff like that. But like Dennis Anderson has one.
Yeah, that's the one.
And that one started. I'd have to double check what the first episode was, but it was very late last year, like right around.
Really?
So our first one was right before Thanksgiving of last year.
Honestly, I haven't watched like any of the BMX podcasts.
I just put them on when I'm driving and while I'm sitting at work. It's like, to a point, it's better than music.
Maybe that's what I should do, because I find myself lately, I've been watching like 2007 videos, 2008 videos, because I'm just like, I'm tired of what BMX has been putting out lately.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even, I just don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I'm like, man, I gotta go see some old stuff and get hyped again.
Yeah.
Get back into like what's real.
Mike Hinkins has a good podcast out.
He's a good dude.
That one's been going since like 2016, I think.
Oh, okay. He's been going for a little
but
while.
But he doesn't post like a ton on it, so I think he's only got 16 episodes over 3-4 years, something like that. So.
That's probably good. I should watch that one.
And it's all audio.
Yeah.
So
that's what most of them are now, aren't they?
Yeah, what's value added to this unless we're really bringing visual into it? Like
we're not doing much. We're just gazing into each other's eyes.
Yeah, passionately.
Very nice. Love looking at you, Andy.
Because we can post, like I can pull up videos on here. Yeah. And, like, we could have a video playing to gauge reactions and stuff, like watching new edits or new videos and stuff, and do, like, you know, first time you watch it, how cool was that? The reality is, I think this whole thing will crash out, and, like, this isn't recording at necessarily a high-quality video, but it's taking at least 2 video inputs with a couple of overlays on it and merging everything together. And then there's actually another video input that's not being utilized.
Jeez.
But it's still trying to pull it.
That's a lot to comprehend.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in this setup.
Lost me.
But anyway, like even if it's not taking and using that audio or video, it's still processing it.
Jeez.
So it's all happening, and then the computer's got to take it all in.
I feel like if people just listen to the audio, they probably get more into it. You see us, and they're like,
it's almost easier, especially like you can't minimize the YouTube app on your phone and go do other things.
I know, I hate that more than anything. More than anything, you stick it in your pocket and then it does something funky and it changes your stuff.
Like what is the one thing everyone with an iPhone wants?
I don't know.
Right now.
I don't know.
To be able to minimize music while it's playing on YouTube.
Right. That's why I just use Spotify. And I still don't pay for premium and just bear with the commercials. So anytime you see me at the skate park standing in the corner
You're waiting for a commercial to end.
I'm waiting for a commercial to end. Why isn't Brad taking a run? Because listening to a commercial.
Brad loves his commercial break at the skate park.
I hate it. It pisses me off. Rocking my fucking 2001 iPod headphones. No, I don't have AirPods.
Yeah. Me either. I love how hilarious it is that they have to sell auxiliary straps, like an auxiliary cord to hold your earpods on your head.
Messed up.
And you're like, so you took my cord away.
Now you're giving me something to hold.
And now you're selling me back a cord for like $20 to hold these stupid AirPods that cost 4 times more than just single earbuds do.
I got like 10 pairs of classic iPod headphones floating around my bedroom somewhere. Just like look in the corner, like, oh, there's a fresh pair.
But no port to plug them into on your new phone.
No, I'm still classic iPhone 6.
Same.
Yeah, I'm not upgrading. I don't give a shit.
I have an iPhone 7 through work, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Except
I'm pretty set with the 6. I think if this breaks, I'll just get another 6. I think 6 is where I'm maxed out at. I'm done. You guys went too far. I just need a phone. I don't need a full-on computer in my hand. Whatever it is.
All right, so I got a funny one for you. When I was in California a couple weeks ago, I'm at the airport, or I'm on the plane, and I like plug my iPod in, and I pull my headphones out of my backpack, and it's the new ones that came with my phone.
So you couldn't do it?
Well, no, I've got an iPhone or an iPod 5, I think. So it still it's got obviously the lightning charger and the 3.5 mil jack. And I'm like, all right, well, I've got the lightning headphones. Like, I'll just use those. No.
Didn't work?
Didn't work.
What? No music? No nothing?
Nothing.
Wow. Messed up.
I think it's that I didn't update the operating system on it because it's my iPod and I only turn it on when I'm not home.
Yeah.
So it's like I went that whole flight without them, and then as soon as we landed and got on to get on the next plane,
I freaked out.
I went into like the Rite Aid or whatever at the airport and bought just really crappy headphones. That still charged way too much for them because it was bought at an airport.
Like $35 headphones that suck.
It was a pair of earbuds for at least $20.
We probably never used them again after that flight.
They're not that comfy. They're the ones with the rubbery squeezy ends that you can't jam in your ear.
Yeah, those suck. Yeah, I'm yawning and drinking Mountain Dew. What's going on here?
That's alright.
Okay,
I'm gonna drink water.
It's past Brad's bedtime. What's it, like 8 o'clock? 8:30. Past my bedtime.
8:30. You're gonna fall asleep in that chair. And we'll just poke you with a stick as I fade it out to black.
Dude, I fell asleep at I checked the clock the other night. It was like 8:45. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was sleeping before 9 o'clock.
You wake up early and go to work early and do like real grown-up work that takes energy and
do man work. Carpenter.
Yeah.
I cut things and
Brad the Builder.
Yeah, Brad the Builder. I build stuff. Need something built, I'll build it.
Call Brad if you need stuff built.
Yeah. I know business cards, but I'll get. Turned into a promotion real quick.
Yeah, go for it. I don't care. Promote whatever you want.
No, we're good. That's it.
But you gotta do the corny YouTube thing.
Yeah, what's the corny YouTube thing?
Like, comment, subscribe, man.
I know, right? I think I got 3 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
You gotta play a character so that people like you. Because if you don't, then
I just go for Brad usually.
That's what I'm going for with this. That's why I
just go for Andy.
That thing earlier when I hit start and we were making jokes still, and then I had to adjust this mat on the floor. Like, I could have just restarted, but what's the point?
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm not playing a character.
No, we're just here, doing Andy and doing Brett.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So anyway, yeah, find me on YouTube. Subscribe. I think I got three subscribers now. Find me.
Make that 5.
Yeah, make it 5. Hook me up. I got a new video out. Me riding in Florida. It was decent.
I'm pretty sure I shared it on the GrindWorks website.
Did it?
Pretty sure.
I tried to get it on like the Come Up and Ride BMX, but they don't view your.
Ride BMX is not.
Yeah, it's not a
in
thing
existence anymore. So
it's Our BMX. Are they gonna come out with like a website or something? Is it gonna?
They already have it.
Oh, they already got a website. Oh, all right.
I don't know how developed it is.
No.
I'm sure it's pretty primitive at the moment.
Yeah, man, I'm sleeping on everything as always.
Well, I mean, what did you take? Was it 2 or 3 years where you didn't use your Instagram at all?
It was about 3.5. 3.5 years, almost 4 years, total social media silence.
Almost total.
Yeah.
At one point, you had given me your login info for your Instagram, and you're like,
no way.
just post stuff. I don't care.
Oh, no way. See? I was on there, but yeah, it was a pretty long hiatus.
I didn't use it beyond the point when you were like, yeah, I'm just over it. And I'm like, all right, well then. Because you were telling me to post certain things. Like, well, you already have the clips and you already edited it. Just share it to mine the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I think that probably helped you transition off. You're like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
I don't even have to do it and I'm still posting.
Yeah, I was out. I don't know why, man. It gave me anxiety to be on social media and just like see things that. It wasn't even, I don't know, I guess the time that I faded off of it was during my wrist injury. I was a year off on my bike. So I'd sit at home and I'd see everyone riding and I'd watch pro videos and I just hated that I couldn't ride so bad and I was just done with it. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Hopped off for almost 3.5, 4 years and just didn't look back. It didn't bother me one bit. Everyone...
It bothered everyone else.
It bothered everyone but me. You guys bugged me so bad to get back on Instagram. And
I did because I thought it was funny, not because I actually cared. But I think other people actually cared that you weren't on there.
Yeah, I mean they did, but I don't know. I come back to like this whole different world of BMX. It's like I hate what BMX has become. I hate it. I hate that all videos get posted on social media. I hate that I even fucking edited a video the other day and posted it on Instagram. I'm like, these are clips. Like I could just save all this.
You could put them on your YouTube.
I know.
In minute-long little bursts, and then.
Is that what people do now?
Well, no.
I just miss the classic web edit. You know.
If you want to go classic, I'm going to say that that's still new school.
Is it? Yeah, no. It'll all make full circle. It'll come back.
It has, actually, because they've been doing a lot of DVDs.
That's what I want to see. I mean, that's what I mean. There's no motivation anymore to go grind for your phone. It's not fun. It's not as fun as it used to be when you got a huge setup and you're like, all right, we're out here filming for a DVD. Let's get down. But now it's like, oh, well, everyone's going to forget about these clips in 4 days. So what's the point?
That's what I've been saying. And everyone watching or listening to this already is probably like, oh, great. You're going to talk about the ride video again.
Yeah.
But that ride video that they just released right before they went under. So
I haven't even seen it yet.
So, me either. With that said, they obviously had stuff going on behind the scenes that only certain people were privy to.
Yeah.
But they put that out, promoted it as a full length video, and then didn't drop a DVD.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of stinks. It would be nice to own a copy.
And they're like, well, you buy it on iTunes or on Microsoft Store, and then you can download it to your Xbox or your computer and watch it from there. And
then people like me will never see the video because whatever you just said, I don't even know how to do.
Even if you bought it,
yeah,
let's take a DVD that you've owned for 10 years now. You occasionally go over to your case, look through stuff, and go, you know what? I'm going to watch Etnies Forward.
Yeah.
And you pull the Forward DVD out, blow the dust off of it, pop it in your DVD player or PlayStation or Xbox or whatever you're going to watch your DVD on,
right,
and you enjoy that video in its entirety, start to finish.
Yep.
You don't pull up just one section of it, watch that, and then 3 weeks later look up another section. You watch it start to finish. And there's something to be said for that. You're viewing it as it was intended.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go. Like, I'll watch this ride video, assuming I bought it and was gonna watch it. I might still.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
At this point,
I get what you're saying. Though, it'd be nice to have a copy.
Well,
it'd be nice to have one just to float around.
You're
take places.
Never gonna look it back up.
Yeah.
So
I'll probably never see it unless somebody shows me it, because
it's a glorified web edit.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't got iTunes. I don't got any of that. How will I even see it unless one of you guys buy it?
Well, and that's like, I could buy it and download it to my Xbox or whatever, but there's no guarantees that something's going to be available long term. Like, if I want to delete it for the space and then re-download it later, they might have deleted it, and then you can't get it anymore.
Well, you even saying that is like, has been one of my biggest arguments about Instagram. What happens when it craps out? And it will die out one day, just like what MySpace is totally, what is it now? It's nothing. So one day,
it's a place for bands, but I don't even know how beneficial it is.
So one day, all these bangers and all these clips that people have worked so hard for, blood, sweat, and tears, literally, and they'll just all fade away one day. But you got a DVD, or you post like a full edit, it'll always be up. It might be on YouTube, might be on Vimeo, might be somewhere floating around. There's always
yes
a way to
and
find
no.
it. Yeah, yes,
I mean,
and no.
that has the same potential of disappearing. I mean, Vimeo's lost more and more market share every
you know what I mean? It's just YouTube. A little bit feels more long term.
And it sucks because Vimeo is so much better.
Yeah. Oh, Vimeo
as a platform, it's so much better.
There was a while where I never even used YouTube for like 5+ years because it was like Vimeo's the spot.
Well, they had a thing that was super good that YouTube doesn't, which is if I made a video and you had a part in it, or you did the filming and I did the editing, but I posted it, I can give you creator credits.
Yeah, I remember.
So it links it to your account too as other things you've worked on. Whether you're a writer in it, you're a filmer, editor, producer, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
you could slot all that stuff in and like credit everyone that had an account.
Vimeo was awesome.
And YouTube's like, nope.
YouTube kind of like faded out for a while because I feel, this kind of still is the same today, but I feel like it faded out for the action sports because it was too focused on everything else. Stupid, wacky videos, funny videos, just bullshit just flooded YouTube. So it was like, okay, we're going to back away. We're going to use this Vimeo because it's specified for... It was for a while, like Vimeo, the spot to put action sports. So.
Vimeo was not following the copyright laws for music.
Yeah.
So you could post something and it would get taken down.
Yeah, that too.
Whereas YouTube has, for a really long time now, been on point to taking your song off.
I hear that about everyone.
Taking your video down entirely. Or you go to watch someone's video and it has no audio at all.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, cool.
But now that we're in the day and age of screen recording your audio to put it in your video, since everyone's editing their videos on iMovie now, can YouTube decipher what song is even playing now? Since you're not actually like putting the song into the video, because like, you know what I mean? You used to edit your video, but then you would inject that song into it, and it was like the actual MP3 file. But now you're just putting an audio record.
It didn't keep them separate.
No,
it was all one file.
Okay.
No, it works. I mean, it's pretty much the same.
That's what I've always wondered about YouTube.
Same principle as like
that's what I want. Who's listening? Who's like, oh, this guy's got this song in his video. We better take it down.
I can't think of what the service is called, but you know how you can just say like, what song is this?
Yeah, it's one of those deals.
It's one of those deals. As soon as it hears like the beat in a section of the song, it knows.
Wow.
Knows exactly what it is and it pulls it.
Damn.
Because it'll flag it before it even goes up now.
Damn. I've been wondering about that because the last video that I posted, I mean, yeah, I used a rap. I think I used a burner song, but I just used the instrumental. So I don't know if that's up for grabs, but
a lot of like those rap songs and stuff. That's why that became so popular.
Yeah.
Is because they weren't on the copyright thing.
I find myself just going for instrumentals now, like when I want to make a video, because I don't know what to put in my videos anymore. Nowadays, the fucking shit that people listen to, I'm like, do I have to put that in my video for you guys to like it? Because I just can't. I can't. Some songs are just fucking whack what people listen to now. It's rough. The rap industry's rough right now. But there's still a select few that are killing it, but
there's always going to be people that are on top and people that are like riding coattails and people that are like that think they're on the same page but they're just not even close.
they're awful.
And then people that have a random cult following for no reason.
Yeah. There's a
So
lot of that going on right
like you can pretty much put a name to each one of those types of categories.
Yeah.
And someone that's way out in left field doing something that you're like, does that even qualify as rap? And then you're like, whatever. It's not bad though.
The past like month, I've just been listening to all the old classic screamo that I used to listen to, and I find myself listening to more and more music that I grew up listening to anymore. Like it's the same thing with music as it is for BMX for me right now. I'm like, I can't get down with the shit that you guys are putting out right now, so I gotta go back to the roots.
So it came from the Jason Ellis show on Sirius, but the one host Tully was talking about music and like as you're in high school or whatever and like you like what you like and but you're selective about it because you want to appear cool, and then there's stuff that you like that you don't tell anyone you like, and then as you get into your like 20s and stuff, you're like, yeah, I can get down with this. Yeah, I can get down with that. And then you like start to hit like mid to late 20s and you're like, I don't really enjoy any of this. And then at some point you just go back to everything you used to like.
Oh, yeah.
But more so because you're like, you know what? I don't care what anyone thinks that I like this stupid song and this artist.
Right.
Like, it is what it is, but I dig them, so I'm gonna listen to it.
That's about how
Everyone can suck it.
That's how I am. Oh man, the whole drive to Florida, I had everyone in the car going nuts because they're like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" And I'm just like, "My music." Like driving to Florida with a bunch of 20 and under children, and they hated my music, but it's okay.
Good.
I loved it. I'm the one who drove the whole trip, so. I'm the one who bared through the 16 hours of mind-numbing road.
Yeah. It's a boring drive.
Dude, that was a hell of a trip, though. I just want to go ride street in the warmth again.
You don't have to go all the way to Florida to ride in the warmth.
Yes, I do. Yeah, if not, I go to the wheel mill.
No, but I mean, like, you could stop in Tennessee or even probably like, what is it, Louisville? Louisville?
Down there in Louisville.
Louisville.
I want to go down there.
I mean, that should be warm enough.
Should be. Oh well. While we were in Florida chasing the Daily Grind crew, we were in Georgia. And they were posting clips, and it was like only in the 40s. So I was like, 40s is still a little hurts my wrist.
Oh, it is.
Don't do that shit.
It's sleepy time.
Oh man, I don't got much to do left here.
All right. We're gonna double do it.
Synchronized. 1, 2, 3.
Do the do.
Always. Never catch me at the skate park without any caffeine.
That's like what, early 2000s sponsors.
I know. Imagine getting sponsored by Dew right now in this day and age.
Yeah, but all right. So there's kind of a funny progression there because Mountain Dew is like the cool thing to be sponsored by, and now it's like such a girly drink in comparison to like the Monsters and Red Bulls and
I know.
There's another one that's like a major energy drink or something that people are sponsored by. Rockstar. Yeah.
Rockstar, Monster, Red Bull. Yeah, nobody's rocking the Dew no more.
And there was another. It was a spin-off from Mountain Dew that was like the energy Mountain Dew.
Oh, Game Fuel?
No, that was just a flavor, I think.
A spin-off Mountain Dew?
Yeah, it's like an energy one. I can't think of what that was offhand, but that was that sponsored some stuff for a while instead of Mountain Dew.
Kickstart.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's like their like Mountain Dew energy drink. It's in a can. Yeah. And they have that Monster's got a pop now too. Like Mutant. You ever see that at the gas stations? That's Monster.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I might just be totally.
Yeah, but it's so funny to think like, man, Mountain Dew was like the energy soda, and then all of a sudden it's like.
Now it's like water.
Yeah.
Well, that's usually what I go to the skate park and I crush 2 Red Bulls and then I get a can of Mountain Dew. Usually my go-to. And then at the end of the night, I'm like, why do I feel
Then you sit in the corner listening to commercials trying to stay.
Yeah, and I'm fucking freaking out.
You're like, I'm so jittery, I just need to do a trick, but I can't to this Dove commercial that I'm listening to.
And then little kids at the skate park are in my ear, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I'm just trying to film a clip. Let's get real for a minute. Nobody likes to get serious there. Oh man, that's another thing this day and age is missing, like the seriousness that I used to like bring to the table. I still do, but that's another thing that these kids are missing out on.
I think there's 2 things to talk about at the exact same time there.
Yeah.
You've got seriousness in riding, and not that everything should be serious, but I know what you're talking about is specifically like you and Zach both like to go out and film.
Oh yeah.
And get clips.
Yeah.
And Zach probably more than you will get crap from certain people in our friends group.
Yeah.
And then we all jump in and make fun of him too, but just because it's Zach.
Yeah.
But about like, well, why do you always want to go out and film sometime? Like, can't we just make a casual edit at the park? And like, no.
Yeah. Why? It's time wasted.
Yeah. But then I think at the same time as your discussion that like you don't like filming for a phone.
Yeah.
You want it to be for a real camera. And it's kind of like the line is very, very blurred now because of quality of the phone and everything. And half the time it looks better filmed on the phone.
Yeah, which is weird. But
with auto stabilization, 4K.
Yeah. It looks better, but it's just so hard to go down and go out.
You can't put a good lens on it and like get where you need to be.
Yeah, and like I miss like I don't know, just like even though the quality is better on the phones now, I miss like the classic long angle shot where it's like, okay, you got one dude filming with a fisheye, but then you got a camera across the street on a tripod, and it's like, you know, catching a little bit of the tree, and it's catching the whole scenic look of the shot rather than just like one crappy iPhone angle and then it's like forgotten about. It's like I feel like filming a video to me is just like so much more. It's like I want to capture the guy walking up the sidewalk who looked at me like, oh, like what the fuck was that? And then, you know, I want to get the car beeping, blowing their horn, beeping while I'm like at the top of the steps.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I don't know, it's just so much more to a video than people can think about these days. These days, everyone's just like, all right, we got the clip, move on. And I'm like, no, there's so much more. There's like, there's the B-roll, there's the, you know, I don't even know. It's just the cinematic look to a video that people don't focus on anymore.
And things you don't catch until way later. Like when you're uploading that video later on, you're like, oh, that's something funny that happened.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Like, I didn't hear this person yell that in the background, but that works to my advantage.
Right.
Or sometimes you'll have pulled one kind of sketchy, but something else happened in that clip that you're like, I actually have to use that one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Whether something like flew right by your face and you never even saw it, or you almost hit someone, you didn't even know it, or just something happened in that clip that on a phone you would have gone through and you would have deleted everything but the one you landed.
Yeah, that happens.
But like you miss a ton of B-roll when you're going through and deleting stuff on your phone too.
That happens. But I don't know. Everyone's got such a different vision nowadays of like what they want their videos to look like. But I can't get past. I don't know. I want my videos to look amazing. I want it to look like a project. I don't want it to look like I just slapped some shit together that I bought, that I went out and filmed today.
You soccer mommed it.
Yeah, I don't want a soccer mom video, but everyone is so okay with that now. Everyone's okay with their clip being filmed like just their friends standing in the corner, and I'm like, no, dude, can you like take my phone and can you like get an angle? Can
like
you get a good angle?
You left your bike behind in the shot. Like your bike's laying on the ground in the shot.
Yeah.
Can you put it in the corner?
Yeah.
And like move the backpack out of the way. Even people that film with a real camera, like when they just leave the backpack in the middle of the shot.
Yeah.
You're like,
and I've even just all the little things. Nobody pays attention to the details anymore. I've even had friends comment on my stuff because like I'll be right in the middle of a conversation, talking to another friend while they're filming a clip, and then all of a sudden I'm just like dead silence because it's like, all right, he's filming his clip, shut up, everyone just like be quiet for a second.
mm-hmm.
I've had friends come up to me afterwards and be like, damn dude, like you know what you're doing, because
yeah,
that's what it takes.
Well, and I mean, I will soccer mom things occasionally.
I mean, if it's soccer mom,
but it's also like if we're out riding street, I'm gonna put a little bit of care into like where something's being filmed from.
Definitely.
When we're filming clips at the wheel mill for the 83rd day in a row,
I know, it's like whatever.
It's like
just stand over there.
Like I'm just gonna sit on this ledge while you grind that one, and like if your head goes out of frame, like sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best, but I'm not crouching in the corner, blowing my knees out, trying to get the best angle on a flat ledge combo at the wheel mill that's near or the same as the flat ledge combo that you did last week here.
Right. And then that also falls along the lines of if you were holding a fucking big ass camera in your hand and you had a super fisheye, you wouldn't just sit on that ledge. You would actually film it. You would get down and you'd get an angle.
Here's a follow up to that though.
Yeah.
Half of the stuff that we film just because we have a phone probably wouldn't even get filmed because it's not worth the tape.
Yeah.
Or the setup. That's
another thing that goes both ways though, because I feel like a lot of throwaway clips nowadays were full on clips for video parts back in the day. Not even that far back in the day, like just the video that I put out the other day.
Well, it's like, the rate of progression too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Everything's like a banger now. I mean, not like a banger, but you know what I mean? Everything is, the progression rate has gotten to the point where it's like, everything in the video is a bunch.
Was yesterday's banger.
Yeah, it sucks. It's like crazy. But I don't know, I just recently watched just today on Instagram, I saw like a Fiend post, and the dude just like did like a simple line. He was just like, I forget what he did, but I don't know, he did something bar feeble, and then he just like boosted this little thing and like did like a tires whip and then like hangered up a rail, but it was just like, that's what I miss. Like people would just like
clean, good line. Yeah,
just a good line. And I'll even like, not saying anything bad about anyone because everyone's got their own vision of riding. But like, say when I'm, because I'm older, I'm a little bit older than everybody that I film with. So when I'm like riding with Zach or any of those dudes or Max or Cam or anyone, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit this rail, pegs bar, and I'm gonna. All right, there's a nice gap in between, so I'm gonna hop 3 in between. That's what everyone used to do. Not that like that's what everyone did, but that's a good filler.
now pick up like, bar.
Yeah, now they pick up bar, and I'm like, no. But like nowadays, like I'll like tell like Zach, like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and then, all right, I got a big flat space in between, so I'm gonna hop 3, and they look at me and they're like,
why would you hop 3?
No, they look at me like, why would you film a line from there to there? That's like way too long of a line. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, what do you mean? That's what I made it up in my head, so that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? Everyone's got their own vision, but nowadays the vision is very singular. People don't have their own vision anymore. They want their vision to look like everyone else's.
It's so tech that the flow is gone. Yeah. And like that's cool to a degree, but it comes back to a message I sent you yesterday, because you posted on your story that 180 wall, 180 out.
Yeah, and I was like, should I bar
kind of over a gap, and you're like, should I bar out of this? And I'm like, if you bar out of that,
Takes away.
It says, this wall ride meant nothing to me.
Yeah.
Here's a bar spin after it.
Yeah.
And you see it in a lot of clips, and it's probably what bums you out about different Instagram and like even recent riding clips. Someone will do a huge banger and then 180 bar off the curb right after they land. And you're like, oh, so that came easy to you then.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that they battled 180 tries at that long ice pick grind. But as soon as their tires hit the ground, they 180 barred off the curb. It takes away from the trick you were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right there.
So, like...
Yeah, I don't catch myself ever really doing anything like that. Like, when I come to say it, like, yeah, if I did a banger ice pick, that's the clip. Clip's ended. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where everyone, pull up bar off the curb after you fucking land. I'm like, if I see a pull up bar in a video, I shut the video off. I'm like, done.
It's kind of like
a foot plant. I'm like, I'm over it.
It's kind of like a little extra flair, I think, where it's like, I'm so dialed that I can do this with, like, I don't even worry that I'm going to mess up the clip that I just pulled. But it definitely takes away from the main part of your clip. Like, whatever is the focus trick needs to kind of be left on its own.
Yeah. I've always been like I don't know, look back at some of my videos and like I do realize like I've always been like a clip guy. I've never been like a line guy where I'm like, doing all these crazy lines. I've always just like one hit clips, hit this rail, hit this set, do this, do that. I've never, even the video that I've been working on, I'm like, damn, I don't got a single line in this whole video. It's just all clips. But sometimes it's sick though.
Sometimes that's just dictated by the spots that you get to ride a lot too. Like,
yeah. And some of my old videos goes for filming by myself too. I'd go out with the tripod and 360 a 14 stair while I'm by myself. Didn't even think twice about it back then. But set the tripod up and go do it. Like, oh cool, got a clip. Now I'm like, eh.
Yeah, well, 17 stair taught you a lesson.
Yeah, that thing fucking killed me. Ruined me. 6 tries later, concussion, blown out wheels, two different days worth of trying. It was just too much. Couldn't land it.
Yeah.
It was too big.
You can go back for it?
No. I don't think I will, man. I feel like I hit a point where I'm like, that's just too much. I'm not willing to hurt myself like that anymore. Like I was, but now I'm to the point.
You were riding for companies too.
Yeah.
So like, you had an incentive to go do that.
Yeah.
Like it.
Well,
it mattered, you know.
Yeah. Even then, I was like, I don't know. That was never really too much in my mind. I just wanted to get what I wanted done. Mm-hmm. And oh man, that one fucking claimed me. You have those. There's a lot of clips I'd love to go back to and reclaim it, but I don't know. I feel like I hit a point where that's just too big now. That's just too much. Like I don't think my body, like I could do it, but my body can't do it.
I think there's a lot of training that goes into that. Like, cause you, like you said, you had like a year and a half where your wrist was bum.
Yeah, a year. Out completely.
Well,
yeah.
You had a year out completely, and then you just had like lingering issues from it, where you were trying to ride and it just wasn't having it. I know at one point your bones were fused together.
Yeah, it was messed up.
So like then you had some other issues with it, and it's like it took forever for that to really heal.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you're slowly losing your muscle mass. You're losing the tone, and like. You come back in and you're like, I know how to do all this stuff, and all of a sudden you start getting hurt in other ways.
Yeah.
Because your body's not ready for it. So
it's also it's a youth thing.
Mm-hmm.
My body just can't take what it used to. Like when I was 20 years old, 360 and down a 17 stair 2 days in a row, 6 different tries wasn't that bad. But now I'm like, I ain't gonna fucking go down. I don't even want to jump straight down that. No thanks.
But I think you could.
I could.
That's what I'm saying.
I could. Yeah, I could go.
I don't think you would right away. Yeah. But, like, if you started working up towards it, if that was your goal, you'd be out there 3 and 8s on the regular. Yeah. And then you'd be 3 and a 9 or a 10 on the regular.
Yeah.
Just to get good at it again and get the landing down. And
I could roll up to an 8 star and 3 like no problem. What was that one I think I just did in Columbus was 12 or
Okay.
13. It was a long 12 though, so it was like a full speed 360.
I mean, you could do it.
Yeah.
It's just you have to kind of build up to it. You can't just cold turkey the 17 again.
I know
Or
that
you're gonna
did.
get worked.
I
Or
literally
like that Kean dude.
Oh man, he almost landed it. I was like, damn. I was like, man.
All right.
Made me rethink. It made me think like I should go 3 it now. Like,
well, I know we've talked about this a little bit, at least on the podcast. I don't know if you heard what he said after that. Because we were like, dude, have you ever 3'd anything like this before? He's like, the biggest I've ever done was an 8.
Yeah, they just doubled up.
More.
Yeah.
17.
Double plus 1.
And like, for how close he came, it looked like he knew what he was doing.
I thought he was pulling it. I didn't think he wasn't going to ride away from it. The way he almost landed it the one time, I was like, all right, so he's going to pull it next go. I forget what even happened. Did he crash? Did he blow a wheel?
450'd it and
yeah.
blew a wheel.
That is right. I never had that problem, 360 and things. It always land perfect. Never over-rotated or under-rotated.
It was a front to back tilt, right? Like
yeah, that's what killed me.
Well, that
because
particular
that
thing
set's
has
got like
a launch.
It's got a lip at the top. You literally pull off that stair set about 6 inches before the step. So like because it's just made like that, so you just launch off of it. Cam fucking tail whipped it. It's fucking insane.
Has he formally landed that? I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I think the bike gave out on it. He landed it. The bike didn't.
I think he's stomped pedals enough times on it, and the bike just gives out. But you're like,
he'll go back and claim it.
He
no
will.
doubt. No doubt. Won't even think twice
Matt
about
crank flipped it like nothing.
That's fucking dumb. That was retarded. He'll come back and crank flip table it.
Dude, did you see the one from his Dubai edit? His
It was
banger?
huge. Did that whole edit? Did he film by himself? Who was he with?
I think there was some locals he hit up.
Okay.
Before he went over there.
Okay, I was like, man, did he just go over there and self-film this whole deal?
But no, that crank flip table was so good down that huge
too.
stairs.
It was like a 14 stair. He was like, yeah, cool. But like to Matt, he's like fucking what 6'5". That's like a tiny little stair set to him.
Yeah, but it's super funny because I think it was Chris Kyle had a Dubai edit right at the same time.
Yeah.
Like Matt posted that his was gonna be out, and then that one like dropped just like that, came right out, and I'm thinking that was planned to be out later.
Oh really?
And they're like, oh crap, someone can't drop a Dubai edit before we drop ours.
Oh yeah, maybe can't take the thunder away from us. We messed up.
So,
Keep grabbing my empty bottle of
that one was so lame though. It was.
It was good, but
it was just
it had certain
kicker
things.
ramps around Dubai and did kicker ramps in the streets.
It was cool.
Like
here's
what Dubai street looks like, and
that's
what Matt's was.
Was that BSD or what was that?
Red Bull.
It was Red Bull. See, I love how they film their videos though. It's just like epic. It's got an epic feel to it. Feels good, but like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, but like the content is just.
Imagine Matt P's content. Filmed by Red Bull.
That.
It would have been the most sickest. Oh man, it would have blown that whole video out
yes
of the water.
And no. I feel like you're right as far as the quality would go.
Yeah.
But again, I kind of go back to like what's important here. When you get so artsy with something, you can take away from the trick.
Yeah, there's a fine line, no doubt.
Where it's like, wow, that's so clean. And then all you're noticing is how well it's filmed, and you're not noticing what's happening.
I don't know. For some reason, I love that.
I don't know. I like teeter back and forth on it.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to be a little bit more open-minded on all of this stuff because, I mean, we've had plenty of conversations in the past where I can be the salty old man about a lot of ridiculous things that realistically, they don't matter.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, we're all riding bikes, having fun.
I'm always the salty BMX rider. Hates on everything. I don't care. Everyone knows me as a hater. I don't give a shit.
But, like, as far as, you know, trying to do the whole GrindWorks stuff and, you know, doing this type of discussion, like, I have to have an open mind to some degree.
Yeah.
Even though there's always a bias in there.
Yeah, you can't totally shut down somebody, but at the same time
you
can.
But at least you can understand the other side is kind of where I like have to kind of figure out and come from.
It all comes back to everyone's got their own vision of BMX.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we all fell in love with this sport, because we can all make it exactly what we want it. Yeah, I might hate what you like and you might hate what I like, but at the end of the day, we all love BMX.
Yeah, you like big rails until everyone tells you, hey Brad, there's a big rail.
Yeah, I like big rails.
And I like curbs.
Yeah, you like curves.
And you're like, hey Andy, there's a curve. And I'm like, yeah, I know, Brad, I saw it. I bump jumped it like 6 times already. Let's move on to the next curve.
Jumping back into the video thing though, but I know all my friends probably know it, but Above Below is like my favorite produced video. I don't know why, just something about that video, the way they made it, the way they like, I don't know, just filmed all the riders' intros, and like, it was like, I feel like it had a good mix of what you like. It was gritty. It was like, you know, showed some people eating shit, showed some blood on the ground, showed these dudes hopping fences and really getting in their faces and like showing what BMX is about. Like I feel like that's what BMX is missing anymore. The grit. Everyone's just like out filming an artsy fartsy X up ride to 360 when it's like, and then putting some banger music video in it, and
yeah,
it's just I miss the gritty like.
There's a different type of person that's riding now too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like a stylish thing, and I hate that. It's like it turned into a style.
That's not even what I'm getting at.
Nah.
What I'm thinking is, like, when you look back at the generation that would have influenced me, a lot of those people, like, they were sending big stuff, but they weren't all necessarily talented on a bike.
Yeah.
They were getting lucky. And then you ended up with really gnarly wreck sections and wild crashes and people practically dying on their bike. And then someone landing like the most almost looped out 360 to manual you've ever seen down a stair set. And everyone's like, woo!
Right.
And you're like, that was just insane.
Yeah.
And some of that comes from like the people that were but like starting to ride were not inherently popular kids, cool kids, skilled athletic kids.
Yeah, they're
just outcasts and rebels and people that fell into riding BMX because nothing else suited what they liked.
Yeah.
And then it kind of became so mainstream that the dudes that would have never gotten involved, the naturally talented kids that would have been good at whatever they touched, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, soccer, skateboarding, anything, are now all getting involved in BMX.
Yeah.
And when that happens, the level of control goes through the roof.
Yeah. Oh,
and those gnarly crashes
are
gone. You don't get gnarly wreck sections anymore because there's maybe 1 or 2 crashes in the whole video.
Right, and you see kids at this,
and they just put them in the intro or in the part then.
Yeah, and you see people riding now that are like doing whips and bars and grinding rails and doing everything, and you're like, you go bullshit with them, and you're like, oh man, how long you been riding for? And they're like, oh, like 6 months, like a year, and I'm like,
well, Cam's a great example.
I'm like, I've been riding for 15 years. What do you mean you've been riding for a year? You know how long it took me to learn half that shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of different. But I feel like I teeter on like such a weird age in BMX. Like I feel like I'm at that age where it's like I look back at all those videos that you mentioned and the shit that you grew up to, and I always catch myself watching that stuff, and I love it. Like I was just watching Ride Insight the other day. Like that's like one of my favorite go-to videos. But I feel like even you know, but I'm riding with all the new age kids. I'm still riding with them. But I'm looking back at all these old videos, and I don't like their videos, but
you haven't adopted the coaster.
Yeah. Oh, fuck that. I'll never ride the coaster. But I feel like even people look at me like they'll, oh, do you see the new blah, blah, blah video? And I'm like, who's that? Who are you talking about?
Same.
You know? I'm like, I've never heard of that name in my life. But then I say the same thing to them. I'm like, oh, do you ever see this video? Like, do you ever see Ride Insight? And they're like, what is that? And I'm like, Yeah. I feel like I'm just at such a weird age group in BMX right now. I'm like,
I think
I'm
it's
so
kind
in
of
between.
good, but it makes it polarizes you a little bit because you feel like you have to choose sides.
Yeah, I hate that.
And like because you saw what it was, you saw what motivated everyone, and you were just kind of on the tail end of that. So it was more like the people that you grew up riding with that were teaching you to ride.
Yeah.
Were into that stuff. So you're inherently just kind of into it.
Yeah.
But you're growing up in the new school and you're like,
yeah, it's just not
web edits, man. Like, that's the thing. And then that's not the thing now. And you're like, where did BMX go?
Yeah. Oh, it feels weird to me now. And I catch myself watching the older videos more and more and more and more because I'm just like, I can't find motivation anymore. I can't find motivation on Instagram. I go and I look at a few clips and then I go on YouTube and watch a video from 2009 because I'm like, I'm not psyched on it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's no motivation. At least, all right, there is motivation, but there's not the motivation that motivated me, that brought me to do all the shit that I've done, to 360 stair sets and to do rails and to do all this crazy shit. Wasn't because I watched these Instagram videos. It was because I watched the videos that I still like, the ones that I send to our group message, and I'm like, yo, check these out because I know none of you youngins have seen this. And they're like, oh my god. And I'm like, yeah, we used to make videos back then.
Yeah.
They don't, a lot of like, I feel like even like the age group like Max and Zach and Dylan and Anthony and all the younger, like Ride Insight, they've probably never even seen it. Cam just got hooked up. Cam's riding for Merit. He had no clue that Mike Brendan had video parts.
I know.
And I'm like, dude, that's the man. I sent him Ride Insight. He was like, oh, I just watched this with them. And I'm like, this is the video, man. I'm like, oh, he said, love Ride Insight.
We were talking about that the other day. He's like, yeah, I never knew that he did anything and that he was good. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
But then we think about it, and he's 20. What's Zach? Zach just turned 22. How old's Max? 20?
Somewhere in there. I don't know.
Half the videos that we fucking name drop 24/7, half the shit that we fully motivates every trick that we do, they don't even know exists.
Well, actually, that's a good one because here's an awesome example of that. I go to the wheel mill. I do weird grind combos on the flat ledge, and everyone's like, yo, I've never seen anyone do that stuff. Did you just make all that up? I'm like, no. You need to go Google Butcher, and you'll see that I'm just copying someone else's moves.
Right, Butcher is the man. Nobody even knows that dude existed.
Like, Butcher created all the grinds that you've never heard of before, and still does them better than anyone ever will.
Yeah. BMX just took a weird turn. I don't know. I hope it, like we said earlier, that things go full circle, but I hope it does go full circle. I hope that I hope that what's going on in BMX right now isn't what sticks. And I hope this is like a fad and we move on to something else. I don't know what we could move on to. Like, just go back to the roots, go back to making, like you said, everyone's starting to make DVDs again. I know we started filming for a DVD. We tried to, and
it's still happening.
It's still in the works. And we got this DVD contest thing that we're going to try and do, and that's what's going to motivate me this year.
Well, so that's
putting out a part.
That is what I like. That Tim dude and I talked a handful of times. You know, in the past, I've sponsored his jam a couple of years, and he was always saying he wanted to do something like that. And I'm like, whenever you do it, I'm down. I'm like, I got other people that'll be down too, because when you look at the Pittsburgh scene, I know when we first signed up for this, you were like, why are we all signed up for this? Like, why not just work together on it? But, so I had talked to this dude first, and then I was like, well, I'll tell Josh to sign up with Keystone, and I'll talk to Jake about BMX as fuck. So I signed up late, but I was on board all along. Yeah. But he wants 45-minute limit on the video. He doesn't want it any longer than that. And he'd really, ideally be at like 30 minutes. Because when they premiere this, they're watching them marathon. Yeah. And then voting on a best video. Yeah. So, like, you've got a lot of videos you're going to end up watching from a whole bunch of different crews. And I'm like, I have a bunch of work from you guys already. Whether it's full parts or like kind of a mixed video or just split friends sections, I've got a ton of footage over the last 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Plus, I have all the New York dudes that I need to also include, and a bunch of the Cleveland dudes, homies out that way. So
what are you saying? You think we just have too much to have that many?
I think the scene's too big here to fit in a good video.
Yeah.
So that's why I told Josh, like, you need to do this too, because you've got your dudes up in Butler. You've got Tyler, Brad, me. Like, we'll all overlap. We're all going to have little bits in our own videos. Yeah. And then with Jake, he's just so far on the other side of the city that's like its own crew.
Yeah. That's what I mean. For the longest time, I feel like, we do have a huge scene here, but there's a lot of us who are riding together. That my biggest argument about that was that we do have a huge scene, but all these people that were making 3 separate videos, we all ride together. So like you said, they're all going to overlap.
I don't think it's a problem, though.
Yeah. I think my biggest thing is I got such a vision for it. I want it to be epic. I want to go to that video contest and really, like, not like, I could give a damn less to win. I want to go there and just
get hyped on everyone else's work.
Yeah. I want someone to watch our video and be like, holy fuck, like, these dudes are out in Pittsburgh really fucking throwing down, not fucking around, like, not just like little, not that anybody fucks around, but like, I don't know, I just want to be in something that's produced very well.
And I've had a little bit of a mixed feeling ever since, I don't know, probably last year. Like, all along I've been like, I want to do just a street video.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we all just go to the park a ton and hang out and have good times. And we film banger clips at the park, and it's like, oh, well, just throw it on Instagram because we're not using it for the video.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, well, the video should be encompassing what we were into at the time we were filming it. And if we spend 75% of our time at the park and then don't capture that in the video, we're not capturing ourselves.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like, Max is a good example of, like, do I want you in my video? Yes. You like riding Peach, so I'm going to tell you can't ride where and what you like to ride.
Yeah, that's
a
tough one.
I like the way you ride. Will you be in my video, but don't ride the way that you ride?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I really thought of it like that. Yeah, that's tough.
So it's a weird spot, and you're going, I don't really know how I feel about this at the moment.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And the all street thing is kind of a core belief, but I don't know. I'm not that hardcore street guy that yes and no.
Yeah, because I'm fucking posting skate park clips 24/7.
Well, just, I guess I'm gonna look at, like, act like you know dudes and stuff where they're just really at the core. You know, they just don't even want to go to the skate park.
Yeah, I feel like I did hit a point like that. I'll probably hit that point again this summer.
We always hit points like that. And there'll be times where we want to go and other times where we don't. But I don't know. I've never felt that passionately against something.
No. Oh, yeah, I could never be totally against it. But I feel like in a video aspect, I don't know. Skate park clips are throwaway to me. I don't want to see a skate park clip in a video.
Yeah, and
that's why you look
very mixed on it.
Yeah, look at my Florida video. I didn't use a single. I threw all my skate park shit on Instagram. Everything street that I filmed, made it into an actual video. Yeah, and I edited it and put some music to it and posted it up. Everything else was just like, I was here. That's what I feel like that's
proof of biking is what everyone posts it as.
Yeah, that I feel like that's what it is. I'm like, I was here. I rode this.
I did do this thing.
I mean, every once in a while, like there's clips from skate parks that I'm like, I'll get hyped about, like new learns or like something that was really difficult or something really unique.
Or the spot can't be duplicated in the streets. Yeah. Okay. Well, then where else are you gonna do that clip?
Exactly. That's one thing that's always appealed so much to street. Like, to me, it's like you can just do a double peg grind at the skate park, and it's like, wow, that dude just double pegged the rail. That wasn't that special. But in the street, I could go find some crazy back alley and take like 6 different turns and end up in some weird neighborhood that no one's ever seen in their lives and double peg some rail that no one from Pittsburgh will ever find.
Yeah.
Ever.
And
it's unique.
it doesn't have to be all that impressive.
Yeah, it's just like, damn, that rail was sick. Sick setup.
Mm-hmm.
Weird kink. Just something stupid that, like, at a skate park you can't get.
Yeah. Well,
You'll never see me filming a banger at a skate park. Like,
that's where I fall in a lot. It's not necessarily the rail side of it, but, like,
the weirdness.
I'm always looking for a different way to use something.
Right.
And I think a lot of it comes down to that I'm not that good.
Yeah, you are. Kill it.
Secretly.
Andy kills it.
But not really anymore. Like, I was good at one point, maybe. I was good enough.
Yeah. That's how I feel right now, but I'm like, I'm making a fucking comeback. I'm not going to
You're going hard.
I'm not going to let myself sink. I don't want to. I'm like, I'm going to throw down this year. And so are you. It's going to be a good year.
Maybe. I have a part to round out. You probably haven't even seen half the stuff that
No.
I've got kind of in my pocket on this computer here.
No, I'd love to, though, but it's going to be a wild year into that. I'm going to go harder than I ever have because why not?
So I've been kicking this idea around too to help. Like, obviously I've got a ton of footage on here to put towards whatever projects are happening for this and still have a full part in my project.
Need to.
Tyler and I were talking about we could enter a second video in that.
Yeah.
That is everything we filmed for the Ice House.
That could be cool.
It could be a super cool video. Yeah, the only thing I wish about that is that I had put more time into filming B-roll there.
Yeah.
With building and teardown.
Yeah. And all the parties and
the other stuff that we did.
The pizza party,
Cause
not like fucking, we'd have like 12 grown men in a room eating pizza, playing Dave Mira.
PS2. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2.
The best times.
It really was. And I feel like that would be a cool way to just catalog that, because you're right about the Instagram thing. If all that stuff goes away,
it's all lost.
No one's looking back at all the cool things that we did while we were at the Ice House.
Right.
But I have every bit of it saved. I never deleted any of it.
I've never seen a single Ice House video on Instagram before.
Oh my god, you're missing out a little bit.
I better go follow them, huh?
Okay, yeah, go follow GrindWorks_Ice House and look at all our cool videos.
Man, I might be on there.
You are.
Cool.
You got clippers. You're gonna have to go download them and steal them and repost them.
Hell yeah.
Like 2 years later.
No, I hate that bike. I don't want to post anything with the green.
Like
I got all
your
these
gap
clips.
to Oppo Feeble on the Jersey barrier.
I think I was riding a coaster then too.
You might have
I
been.
don't think I could post that clip.
Oh, all right. So you had the coaster on. You got the fakie up the tight wall.
Yeah, I did
So that's
fakie
on
up
there.
that wall. The 2-month spurt that I rode a free coaster. Dude, I get
And
that
hated
question.
every minute of it.
Hated it. I get that question at least once a day at the skate park. It's like, why don't you ride a free coaster? And I'm just like, they suck, man. I don't need to go backwards that much. Takes away from all the forward tricks that I'm doing. It's just a different style.
No one's using it to where there's an advantage. Max does.
Max does. Yeah, there's not a lot.
Zach is starting to more and more.
Oh, I know. But there's just.
But for the most part, like, if all you're doing is 180ing flyouts,
yeah,
and you're coastering and then rolling out,
yes, it's no fun. That's what, like,
what's the point?
Certain little kids at the skate park that got free coasters now. I like literally. I'm like, why? What? They're like, I want to try a free coaster. I'm like, for what reason? You can't fake it yet. And I feel like the free coaster's ruining kids learning how to fakie, because now they can pivot, they can skirt out of a fakie so quickly that they don't even have to learn how to fakie anymore. Like, that was like, I learned how to fakie before I could 180. You know, that's how it was.
Well, all right. Where's the motivation for free coasters. Ian Schwartz, Bruce Chrisman.
I miss when there was like 4 dudes who killed it on a free coaster because it blew your mind, and now it's like, Jesus Christ, this guy's on a free coaster.
And it's because they were doing sick things. Like Ian Schwartz was fakey hopping, big
turn down, and huge.
That was Bruce
sets.
Chrisman.
Bruce Chrisman, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't, even when they half cabbed something or just fakey hopped it, they didn't 180 at the very top of the stairs and not ride fakey.
Yeah, they did the classic.
They pedaled super fast, 180'd, hauled at the top of the stair set, and then fakey hopped it. And you're like...
Yeah, Carl Pointer used to have one of the best free coaster sections. Like back in the day, I used to watch that all the time.
Is that the Eastern Death of Fun?
Yeah.
He had a really good part in. And I think he had a couple web edits that were really good too.
He wrote for Shadow, and then for like a quick minute, and like the shit that he was producing then was just great. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the free coaster. When did it happen? When did the free coasters get as popular as they are right now? Like I don't even remember when it happened. It just happened.
It was a little bit after that Facade video when Bruce Chrisman was doing all those turn downs and stuff. After.
I just watched Facade not too like the same day I was sending everyone the
that
ride
video is
videos.
So good.
I sent the Davey Watson part to the group message. I was like, man, whatever happened to that dude? That dude's still around? He killed it.
I don't know.
One of my inspirations growing up, you know? All the riders that nobody knows about now were my inspirations. Like everyone knows like the classic.
When it was just good music in that video.
Yeah. That too. Maybe that's why nobody makes...
Hoder's part was insane.
Yeah, nuts. Maybe that's why nobody makes DVDs anymore, because they don't know what
except
music to use.
Hoder's music was pretty horrendous. It's Vanilla Ice.
I have nothing to say, because I look back on my old videos and I'm like, why did I use that song?
It wasn't bad for the part. Like it fit really well, and it's Vanilla Ice. Like every time you hear Vanilla Ice, even if you're like, that song's so dumb, you still enjoy it.
Right. We made a 15, like, I don't know if it was like 15, 16, maybe almost 20-minute web edit. Like, we called it the spring edit back in the day. It was me, Tim, and Tucker. And I used like a full-on techno song. And I'm like, why did I put that in my video? Yeah, loved it. At the time, it was like, what was in my headphones? And I was just like, yeah. Fucking love filming to this stuff. I mean, still at the skate park listening to techno, but I'm like, I don't know. I watched the video and I'm like, geez,
well, then dubstep got super popular, and you're like, certain aspects of this match what I like about techno with a little bit extra to break it up, but at the same time, not good.
Funny techno dubstep story. We're all in a car. I was with Tyler Kramer. We're with some old friends, and I don't know what our one friend did in the back seat to piss some guy off in traffic, but we got a bottle of vodka launched at us while we were just all blasting techno. The side of my Blazer gets smashed with a bottle of vodka, and we all got vodka sprayed all over us. And we're all just in the car like, fuck yeah, fuck you, dude. Fucking just listening to techno like a bunch of asshole kids, all 16 years old, driving around. Oh, that was a blast. I wish I could go back. I was just talking about some old times with Tucker earlier. I was talking about my old Blazer, and oh man, that's where it all started.
I don't think I ever met Tucker because he's out in
Salt
Utah.
Lake. Yeah, he's in Salt Lake. But I told him to get his ass back here this summer. He was posting clips today. They were fire. I don't know, Ryan. I think there was I think it was a 50-50 video. He was killing it for 50-50 for a while. Oh, I never understood the 50-50 thing though. Is 50-50 from Philly the same thing as 50-50 BMX? Like they have that 50-50.
No, there's 50-50 skate park in New York City.
Yeah, does that have anything to do?
No, 50-50 shop out in Salt Lake or wherever it is.
I was wondering.
Totally different.
Yeah, that's what I wondered. Oh well. I guess I didn't have to ask the part.
50-50 had like a mail order for a while.
Yeah,
I'm sure they still do.
Was sick. Yeah, they're still a big thing. Maybe not as big as they used to be, but
I don't know. I mean, they got an opportunity because Dance Comp is just like fluttering along, and
nobody wants to use it now because they're scared they're not gonna. I've heard horror stories. You pay and you don't get your parts, or you pay and you don't get your stuff for like a month, and then when you try and email them about it and try and get responses, nobody wants to answer you. I heard that. I'll never order from Dan's again. I grew up to that shit. Couldn't wait for
I mean, I know I said it when I first moved down here, and you guys were like, "What? You don't use Dan's?"
Yeah.
I've always ordered Albies or Empire.
Yeah. Well, I guess for me, it was like
like they both kind of carry different things, and usually when I'm ordering something, it's a DVD anyway, so I gotta kind of figure out who's carrying that DVD now.
Yeah, I feel like that goes for like who passed it to you. You know, somebody taught you to use Albies. You know what I mean? Somebody showed you that.
I was told
because I feel like
Dan's all the time.
Yeah, I feel like I use Dan's because that's what everyone, you know, when I was growing up and I seen everyone, you know, oh, where'd you get your bike part? Oh, Dan's Comp. And then like somebody would give me a Dan's Comp magazine, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like I can actually get this and, you know, subscribe to it. And it's what came in the mail every month. So like I couldn't wait for it. So that's why they got my old.
I found Albies.
They marketed right.
How did I find Albies and start using them? That's a good question.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's what it comes down to.
I think they had a part that Dan's didn't carry anymore. So like Albies had back stock on it.
That could be, yeah.
And I think I ordered it through them because I just Googled it first. Yeah. And then the same thing happened. Like I knew Empire existed, but I had never ordered it until I was looking for a new We the People Supreme hub the first time they made it.
Yeah. And
everyone had sold out of them. They weren't making it anymore. And I saw it on their website, and I'm like, I'm going to call them right now. I'm like, do you have this still? And he's like, I got 2 of them.
Perfect.
I'm like, all right, well, you got 1.
Perfect.
So, if one of them's mine now. Here's my credit card.
Yeah, I used Empire for a little while, but I don't know. I don't know why Dan's was the go-to.
Empire's not super convenient for us because it's got to come all the way from Austin.
Dan sent me a magazine every month, so they had my business.
Dan's is right in Indiana.
Yeah. It was always 3 days.
Albies is where? Detroit?
Yeah, I've been to Albies shop. It was a pretty cool experience. Got to go to the Albies shop during the one Sunringle trip. That was pretty awesome. Driving around in a van with all those dudes. That was an experience.
Well, you still ride for Sunringle, right?
Yeah, technically.
Because they never told you don't ride for them anymore.
Yeah, they just faded out. Apparently, they're fading back in. I've been trying to make some contact.
Well, then you're still on the team.
Yeah.
Brad needs new wheels. Sunringle
Currently needs some new wheels.
I have no pull.
They are thrashed.
I mean nothing. But Brad needs new wheels.
I will rebuild the crappy wheels that I have laying in my bedroom.
Brad is willing to sponsor Hop if you want to give him rims.
Look a guy up. You know, I just like to do bikes and smash wheels. I'm sorry. I don't smash wheels as bad as I used to, though. I used to really crush wheels.
I mean, when you're 3 in big sets and sending stuff like that, you can't help it.
Now I'm washed and I just jib around so my wheels, they last longer. I just do bar spins now. That's all. I feel like that's what everybody knows me as, that fucking bar spin guy. I'm like, yeah, I did a bar in and a bar out and then a hot bar, and then I filmed a bar on the bank, but it was a cool line, so.
Well, and somewhere in there you thought about down whipping on the bank, but then you barred instead.
And then I barred instead. Right. I know I posted that wall ride clip the other day. I was like, man, there was no bar spin in that clip. That was crazy. The fans expect a bar spin. Oh.
Yeah, well now you gotta do it. You gotta bar into it and out of it.
I've been saying this for a while. I don't bar into anything. I just bar out. No bar in? Never. I don't know why. It just scares me. Man, you'd think I'd be good at barring into things.
I think at one point maybe you would have been better at it, but you've kind of had that whole like year and a half of wrist issues and just a little bit of downtime here and there, and ever since then you miss a lot of bars too.
Oh, I know.
So you can't miss a bar if you're gapping into something.
Right.
You can kind of afford to miss it when you're just going off the end to flat or into the bank at the end. Like, okay, fine, I missed the bar.
I've learned how to not catch myself.
But you can't miss the bar and get tangled on a rail.
Right.
And come out of it good.
No, it's never good. Yeah, that could be the problem. But I've definitely learned how to crash better. I just don't catch myself now. That way, you can't hurt anything if you don't catch yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You just body slam. Perfect.
Yeah, stop.
Oh my
This camera's nodding. That one's not. So Brad's like jumping up and down. I can just see it happening.
I was playing footsies with your desk. That's
okay.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't care. The people listening to the podcast won't care.
Yeah, they won't care.
And everyone watching it's going.
They enjoyed
music.
They enjoyed it.
But yeah.
So we've talked about a lot. We've talked about bar spins and
filming with real cameras, but we didn't really dive into any of it.
No.
So on the last podcast, it obviously hasn't been posted, so you couldn't have seen it yet.
I think we skimmed every
But
topic.
I'm gonna bring it up again anyway, just to see what your opinion is on it.
Let's see.
Because I don't think you've got a strong preference on like tape versus digital, as long as it's a real camera.
Yeah.
But we were joking about you had the VX1000, you had the VX2000. It's perfect opportunity for the VX4K.
Yeah.
The HD model with the same feel, fits all the same lenses.
That would be sick. That would be sick. So I had the Panasonic DVX too. I had that as well.
Yeah, but dude, like, I feel like a lot of the core VX people, like, you could even put the same sensors in it.
Yeah.
It just needs to be 4K resolution to fit the name.
I would gladly.
But you could have the same look
Yeah.
of a normal VX if you put the right sensors in it and everything.
I'd gladly buy a non-HD camera tomorrow if someone had like an old, like a not even an old, like a nice VX or like a nice Panasonic DVX. Like, I wouldn't hesitate twice. Watch some of my old videos. You can't even tell. You can't even tell that they're not HD. I mean, I guess you can nowadays. But
the difference is the 4:3 aspect ratio versus the 16:9.
There's like certain videos that I watch now, and I'm like, damn, it's too clear. I don't want to see that much. Too much.
It depends on what you're filming.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's worth the trouble and cost of a VX to film skate park clips.
No.
When it doesn't look that good anyway.
That would be like what a VX would be perfect for, just taking to the park and fucking around.
When you're filming out in the streets and you've got like kind of that dark, ratty look anyway.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Man, make me want to go buy a VX or something. I'm gonna go home and be scrolling on eBay tonight.
Yeah. eBay and Craigslist.
What can I find?
You gotta find like someone that bought one way back and never really used it and put it in a closet and they don't even know that it's worth anything.
No, it's always the people that used them for weddings.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh man, let me get that because you know that guy kept his camera perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Never dropped it. It never got smacked with a peg or nothing. So it should be good. Oh man, I miss my old cameras.
That's what Josh and I were talking about was the VX thing, and he's like, yeah, I found mine on Craigslist or something when the dude bought it to film
soccer
his kid's graduation.
Yeah.
And only used it one time and put it back in the box.
It was done. See, those are the good deals. He probably gave it to him for dirt cheap. And
like
gave him
$250 or
gave
something.
Him every accessory known to man too, probably.
Yeah, dude probably had no idea that the VX2000 was worth that much money. Like, oh, this is 20-year-old technology now?
I've been wanting to get, I don't even know the model name, but for the vinyl DVD that was filmed on a Sony. But it was like something that looked just like the VX, had the handle, but it had the screen up on top of the handle that flipped out. It also had a side screen, but it had like a viewing screen for like filming with the handle, which was sweet.
It still could have been one of the VXs, because it's not like they only had the VX1000 and VX2000. They had some like other
could have been something
model names and stuff.
You know, I still got my GoPro floating in my car, but
that one's more inconvenient than the phone at this point.
Like the GoPro.
I'd rather just film it on the phone.
The GoPro is outdated. The GoPro is done for. And like when I even see like even street videos, when people, you got a GoPro strapped to your chest, I'm not clicking on your video. If you got a GoPro on your helmet, I'm definitely not watching your video. There's no way. I don't want to see that angle. I don't know why. I guess that's a preference thing too. But like, I mean, I know what's his name. That Colin Varaniak was doing the street videos where he was filming with the GoPro on his chest. Yeah, I never watched a single one of those. I just couldn't get with it.
I'm not down with the POV thing.
Nah, it's like boring.
It doesn't matter what we're watching. I don't
It's
really
like
care
awkward.
for POV.
Yeah, it's awkward. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right ever.
Yeah, it makes you like, I don't know. Yeah, it makes you almost like, I don't know. It makes you jealous. You're like, man, I want to be doing that. I don't want to watch you.
Like, I don't know. It's so focused that you miss the peripheral. And peripheral is a lot of what's important when you're POV.
Killing the cinematic look to the video. Just get to see trick. And you're like, man, I see this every day. Might as well just go ride.
And I've never watched, like, a 360. That's like
Oh
a good
my God.
example. You watch a 360 on
They're
a
so
POV
weird.
cam or a helmet cam.
They're so weird.
It's not right. It doesn't look right.
Dude, they had this video the other day. I think it was Kevin Peraza at that Texas contest, a triple challenge, a street thing.
Yeah.
And that was the one GoPro thing that I did watch because it was on Instagram, so they snuck it on me. But it was weird. He would like do a 360, but it was like on his chest, but the camera would stay still. So he would do a 360, and it would see like this shirt, and then like back to normal view.
So that
he was 360ing around the camera.
360 cam.
Yeah. It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, what is going on with this video? I don't. If he's doing a 360 with a normal camera, it should spin the whole way around. Yeah, I kept seeing his shirt like when he would spin. It was so weird. I was like, this is awful.
Oh no, he probably had a gimbal on.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Because the gimbal will
I don't even know what that is.
So it's like a battery powered stabilizer.
Oh, okay.
And you can take it and you can like put your camera in it and go all like this, and the camera never moves. Like it's just held in place.
Oh, cool.
So you can run down the road and film a perfectly stable line.
So steady cam, isn't that what it used
Well,
to be?
that's when it's non-powered, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but the gimbal, like, it basically, like, if I turn, it's still going to point that way unless I'm using the arrows to turn it.
Okay,
so you program it to a direction, and it never moves until you tell it to. So you'll see a lot of clips filmed with those, and it makes it look like it's filmed super professional.
Yeah.
Until someone jumps just a hair too high, and they didn't hit the tilt up to adjust the camera up and down.
So it just chops them.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be weird.
But I still want to get one because they're not all that expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're really awesome. And you can put your phone in it or your GoPro or...
Think we could put a VX in it?
Probably not.
But
you don't need to because the camera had enough weight to not matter.
I know.
You could run and keep that thing stable because it was like you were lugging a pile of bricks.
It all comes back to the VX. Just gotta get down with one. I'm buying one tonight.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Alright, so it's super lame, but they were making a VX like mount for a GoPro.
No way.
Where you could just put the GoPro in the front end and it held and everything like a VX.
No way.
But how dumb is that? You're like,
awesome.
oh.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I think it's just like a foam cutout that you mounted the...
Should I just bring my old Panasonic DVX to like the skate parks and I'll just like gum band my fucking phone to the front and then it'll look like I'm filming with it.
It'll make you feel good about filming, but you're actually just filming with your phone.
Be like, wow, I can actually put my camera on a tripod again. This will be awesome.
Yeah, I got tripod mounts for phones. If you want one, I'll just give you one.
That'd be sweet. Need one.
Make you feel like you're not a loser.
Yeah. That way I don't have to use my Mountain Dew bottle to prop up my phone when I'm getting sweet phone clips.
I feel bad about ever having bought one of these, but I bought a selfie stick just for the camera mount.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, who cares about the selfie stick? Throw it in the trash. But
don't lie, you got awesome
the top is the tripod mount, and it's just a clamp for your phone.
Well, all right. So
you pay $5 for the thing at Big Lots or whatever, and
just needed the mount.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
But then these light ring things came with a tripod or a camera mount for a phone, which like this. I mean, you can't see it, but this light ring has the tripod mount on it. So these are on a tripod. And then that's the GoPro mount. And then that had the phone clip on it too. So this thing is like all around good to go.
Yeah. We're super off topic again. I think what did we skim on? Filming.
I guess maybe you just don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I love talking about filming. What did you mention before that? You mentioned tapes versus digital. Do I have a preference?
Yeah.
Nah, I guess not.
As long as it's a real
As
camera.
long as it's a real camera. As long as it's a real camera.
What about DSLR? Still
No.
a real camera?
No. I
Not
don't
into it?
I'm not into filming with those. I mean, I like them, but like, it always feels like you're ready to take a photo. I'm like, why you got your photo camera out, man?
It's not intuitive
Yeah.
to film.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel right in your hand or anything.
There's just something about just a big ass camera being pointed at you. It just feels so much better. It makes it feel worthy. It's like all right, maybe I will 360 this fucking stair set again. But like when everyone's standing at the bottom like this, and I'm like, probably not. Fuck that. But when it's like really getting documented and it feels like fucking the Discovery Channel's out filming your shit, then it feels worth it. I don't know, man. I miss the good old days of just going out, setting up the tripod, and just getting down with some heavy bangers, because it was like, all right, this is getting documented right. I know it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to yell at my friend to get the right angle. I don't have to hook to my phone, ran on a storage. You know, I just like...
No, you don't have to worry that someone stood there like this.
Yeah.
And filmed it vertical on you. And you're like...
What do you do?
Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know. Dude, I know, and that's like another thing. It comes down to like when we were in Florida, dude, I ruined a fucking manual tail whip line of cams. And like, I didn't even know that I did it. You know, I was all hyped. I was like, I filmed the clip, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, like, fuck yeah, like, high five. Like, went to check the footage, and we just both kind of looked at each other, and he was pissed, and I was pissed at myself, and like, I looked at it, and I'm just like, I fucking did that, dude. I fucking did, like, half-bodied the whole clip, manual tail whip, and like, it was like, it worked for that clip, too, and it was just like, dude, if I'd have had a camera, if I'd had a real camera, I'd have had a fisheye, if I'd have been I'd have never missed anything. But
well, sometimes it's difficult when people land things first or second try, too.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it's frustrating and it feels like you're, causing a bunch of pain to the person that's supposed to be filming it. But, like, your clip the other day at the wheel mill, the over pegs bar,
yeah,
and then the tooth over crank arm 180, that got filmed, I would say, fairly well, because I had a bunch of times to feel out where you were going to be.
Yeah.
So I got, I adjusted back on the ledge a little bit. I kind of moved a little bit between each take, figured out how far I was going to have to raise the camera, because you didn't have much room head to tires, like top of frame. I had you pinched in there pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
And... But if you had pulled that first go, I'm sure the first one was like...
Yep, looked like shit. That happens. But, man, with the phone, man, I feel like that happens so often that it, like, sucks. Like, I miss that.
It's because you hand it to people that don't know what they're doing, because they're convenient, too.
That, too. Or the people that know what they're doing still fuck it up.
You get a ton of bro cam with the phone, whereas if you hand someone a VX or even a DSLR... You can tell right away if they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
And you can tell that they're intimidated by it. And you're like, you're not the person that should be filming this.
Yeah. Or when you're at the skate park, or when you're anywhere and someone's like, "Oh, I'll film that for you," and you're like, "Thanks, buddy, but I'm gonna let Zach film it. I'm gonna let him film it, but I appreciate it. But it all comes down to like, yeah, you gotta know who to let film sometimes. Especially when it's like a clip that like matters to you. If it's like just like a throwaway, I'll just fucking prop my phone up, or I'll hand my phone.
I don't care about this, but I just want to film it because I think it's cool at the moment. Yeah. You're like, all right, cool.
But if you like really want a clip, it's like, oh, that's the worst feeling when something like like a manual fucking tail whip is chopped. It's like that's the worst case scenario, worst feeling. It's like, fuck, I can't fucking, because sometimes you can't recreate the moment. Sometimes, like the hype and the oh my god, I just landed this, and sometimes it's unredoable. I don't even know how to say that. Can't redo it. It's happened to me. It sucks. That it all comes back to
and we've all done it. We've all messed it up too, and you're just as bummed, maybe more bummed, because now it's a reflection of you as a filmer too, and you're like, right. I'm really sorry, man. I did not mean to do that.
Right.
Because there's times where you'll be like chase camming and trip or something too, and you're like, oh, douche.
Just ruin it.
And you're like, dude, I panned down to the ground when you were landing because I stumbled, and there's nothing I could do about it. But
Zach sneezed in my video the other day, mid clip. Chew. I was like, dude, I'm so glad I didn't land that. You fucking ruined it. But it all comes back to if you had a fucking real camera with a big ass fisheye, nothing ever gets missed. Don't miss anything. You can see your fucking tips of your shoes, and you can see the back of your head all in one clip. Oh man, I've been thinking about buying that stupid little clip-on depth lens that they have done at the wheel mill.
So the depth lens is a little bit better than the clip-on ones,
or the random one that I found at Boys Park clipped onto the fence. I was like, that's mine.
The clip-on ones work, but you got to get it really centered and zoomed in a little bit.
Yeah.
The depth lens, at least the phone case is made to hold it properly.
Right.
And then you know you're centered. But, I don't know. I'm not a fisheye guy.
Nah.
Never been.
I'm a multiple
I like
angle.
wide angle.
Yeah.
I'm okay with wide. But when you start to go out to the fish, it's just too distorted.
Yeah.
And then
I can agree with that. I'm a 2-angle guy. I hate getting a clip with one angle. I'm like, I hate this. I want options, and I want you to see the diversity. Like, I hate when I see a banger clip or like a big rail or just something, and all they have is a fisheye clip. And I'm like, I want to see how big it was. I want to see what it looked like. Well, I want to see the setup. I want to see the run up. I want to see.
And unless there was a fine detail, like if someone just threes a big double set or something.
Yeah.
You didn't need that fisheye.
No.
That added nothing. All it did was fill space.
Yeah, I'd rather see a
just
long
show me
lens
the
of that.
long lens.
Yeah.
And,
all day.
You know, unless there's something that you need to be capturing, like if there's a crank flip in there or something, or just something weird that's happening on maybe a spot at the top of the run up that you couldn't see in the long lens shot.
Yeah.
But maybe your path is only this wide.
Yeah.
Because the bricks are all blown out or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And okay, fine, I get why you did that shot now. But when you watch a video and it's the same clip 3 times.
Yeah.
And then the next clip is the same clip 3 times.
Yeah.
And there was no value added to the 2 close-up shots, and you're like, why didn't you just use the long lens?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what you're showing here.
You're filling space. I agree with that. I just like I said, yeah. I just like to see what went into the clip. You know, you just got one angle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I agree with the 3 angle. I hate when you see that.
Here's what I hate.
I've even seen 4
is
angles.
Another filmer being in the clip.
Yeah.
So even if you just choose to use the long angle, if there's a guy standing on the stair set panning with a fish, you're like, I don't know. It's as sloppy as putting the bag in the shot to me.
Yeah. Unless it's like something super epic where it's like, all right, he wanted to do it. He was only doing this one time and one time only, and we also needed the fisheye, so filmer had to be in it. Sometimes the filmer,
a lot of the time, that's for a photo though.
That too. But sometimes I don't know. Sometimes the guy standing there with the fisheye kind of
puts things into perspective for size.
That too. It makes a clip sometimes for me, and I'm like, all right, I was actually pretty sick that the dude was like almost got taken out. Or when you see the clip when the fisheye gets ripped off the camera. It's like,
or like at the wheel mill the other day when I almost knocked the phone out of Cam's hand.
Oh yeah, I didn't even. I don't even know if I noticed that.
It was when he was vlogging and wanted me to with
up
that
on
box.
the ramp.
And then, is it Jerry that came up and sat on the other side, so it pinched me off, and I had to go closer to Cam. And he's like, yeah, you were like this close to hitting my phone out of my hand. Like, that would have actually been quite hilarious in the long run when you watch that footage back, and it's just like, vlogging.
It would have been awesome. It would have made the vlog if his camera would have went flying, picked it up, and still filmed you. It would have been sweet.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, we should just stare at each other for a second. I'm out of dew and I keep yawning. Dude out.
Good times on the YouTube cast.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Since we're
I'm trying to think. I know it really is hot in here.
It's getting warm. Since we're nearing an end, I might as well reveal that I've had a GrindWorks shirt on this whole time.
I haven't. I've been business casual about this interview.
You're pretty prepped out today. A sweet polo from Walmart, no doubt.
No.
No,
Better than Walmart.
No.
Kmart.
Oh, it's a Oh, shit.
It's that blue light special, son.
Don't let me disrespect, you know? My bad.
And I wander over to Kmart occasionally on my lunch break just to wander around and be like, I wonder if there's any good polos for like practically free.
Which polo am I going to wear on the podcast next?
No,
Can you just strictly wear polos on the podcast from now on?
Maybe. I actually should keep them just for the like intros and not do them in the podcast, but like really dress up in shirt and tie my intro videos.
Yeah, you should just have like a specific intro that gets played like through every video. A very professional Andy. Like, hey, how you guys doing? Welcome to the podcast.
And I'll set up my character.
Yeah.
So I'll actually do the character, like the like, comment, subscribe character.
Yeah.
Just for an intro and outro.
Yeah, that way you don't have to do it every time.
I don't have to feel like a total douche in the interview.
Yeah.
But then when you watch it, you can be like, wow, what a tool.
Yeah, what a douche. Guys, look at his hair. He's a fucking weirdo.
I feel like it probably looks like I'm sweating right now because I can tell that my head's getting oily.
No, I definitely
it's sweaty in here.
I was sweating. It's getting toasty in here.
It's that light bulb because the heat's off.
Yeah?
I put like a 200 watt equivalent light bulb in that light.
Got a grow light over there. Heating up the room.
I mean, if you go like put your hand over that, it's like kind of a wonder that thing doesn't catch on fire.
There's a few light bulbs in my house like that. I can't stop yawning, man.
I mean, we can wrap if you want to go home and go to bed.
I think we're getting close to the end unless there's anything we should...
I don't have anything else.
Anything that you wanted to poke at? Anything you could think of?
Nothing in particular. I mean, we don't have to beat anything dead because we can always do another one sometime.
That'd be awesome.
And like the upside of that is after I've kind of cycled through some people, I feel like maybe we'll get into a more routine length where we can have topics.
Oh, yeah.
Or we just talk about like what you've been up to recently. We don't have to go through the whole history of how we know each other, all that type of stuff. Because I don't know where we're at right now. All right, we're just shy of 2 hours, which actually isn't that bad. Hasn't felt like 2 hours to me. I don't know about you.
No, it just been bullshit.
So, I don't think that's too bad. But I'm sure people listening would like it to be in the hour range.
Yeah. I'm sure some people will tune out before they even get to this part.
Maybe. At that point, though, you know, if you've made it...
Better still be watching.
I don't know. I feel like it's just a totally different demographic. It's not the people from Instagram that have a 30-second attention span.
Yeah, hopefully not.
If you're tuning into this, I feel like you know within the first 5 minutes of this cast whether you're interested in what we're going to talk about and you.
We've talked about
and it's the 12th podcast.
We've talked about
Oops, wasn't supposed to say that.
Oh, shit. We've talked about a small portion of everything. I feel like.
Yeah. But at that point, like, unless it's the newest one, because when you go on iTunes, Spotify, anything like that, it's going to show you the most recent. So if you just subscribe to it, you might catch this one just now as the first podcast that you'll see or listen to. But in all likelihood, that's not the most likely thing you're going to find. You're going to probably find 9, 10, 11. You already subscribe, or you'll find anything beyond this one. Just in chances are. So
hopefully listen to this.
So if you make it to episode 12, you're already in for the long haul. Like,
yeah, you're already jamming. You might as well just keep listening.
Yeah, I don't feel like anyone's gonna go, I don't care. Like, you're in podcast world.
Right, once you're in, you're in.
I don't think you're expecting 5-minute things. The shortest I've seen is like a half hour, and that actually kind of didn't feel like enough by the time you put an intro and an outro on it. Yeah. You're like,
I need to get more down with the podcast world and start listening more. And
I just started doing it.
Yeah.
I've done... I already blew it, so this is episode 12.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I can't do it.
It took this long for me to... Man, it took me a while to get on the podcast. There's been a lot of stuff going on.
There's been a lot of stuff going on.
Life.
But I've been doing them for, I don't know, that's like over 3 months now. And I've not listened to any podcasts. Up until last week, yeah. I started listening to them. Mostly because Josh's podcast had issues on the YouTube version.
Oh, really?
Like major issues.
Oh, really?
I had tried to upscale the quality and recorded a higher quality, because I don't know if you can tell. This isn't super good quality. This is recording at 540p.
Huh. I can't tell. It looks good.
Well, and you're not going to tell on your phone either, because it's on a screen this big. Like,
yeah, you blew it up on the full screen on there. It might look funky.
Yeah, it's 720 just starts to look funky on here. 540, yeah, I mean, you can tell it's not quite right. But you probably think it's 720. If you're pulling this up on a TV, which I don't know why you would.
I would.
But
you better.
Then you're going to notice that it's not high quality.
Right.
Anyway, I tried to just bump it, and when I did my test video, everything looked okay. But for the longer duration, it crashed the processor and it couldn't keep up. So it's like, I was probably getting 2 frames a second with Josh, and it's like, did.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It was bad. So I was like, alright, I have not historically done separate intros.
It looks like when people send me a clip.
But I need to preface this somehow. Yeah, and it looks like it was filmed on Android.
Yeah.
And sent to an iPhone.
Bullshit.
But I was like, I need to preface this somehow. And I want to see how other people are doing it. Plus, I'd been meaning to check out Matt's podcast, Different Spokes. And I knew there were a few others that I eventually wanted to check out. So I kind of just went all in on it. Like, I listen to a ton of talk radio anyway. So it's not like it's out of my wheelhouse to be driving down the road listening to talking, or sitting at work listening to talking. So I've just been tuning in, you know? But I know that fits me a lot better than some people. But I think it's a special person to be doing that. I'm also surprised by how many people are doing it now. And putting them out. You
made it popular, Andy.
I don't think so. I'm not going to take any credit for that.
Full credit.
Alright. I started podcasts.
Andy created podcasts.
I did. Period. I created them from scratch.
Now.
And vlogs too.
Joe Rogan doesn't even count.
I taught him.
Yeah, clearly.
I just didn't take advantage of my own creation until later.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Well,
I actually created talk radio.
yeah. Is there any other topics we should hit before we rant on?
Shout yourself out and anything you want to promote. But
Oh man,
other than that,
follow me on Instagram, BMX Gibbs. I'm new. I got like 200 followers. Killing it. Other than that, grind some shit. That's about it. Ride bikes. See you at the skate park tomorrow. See you in the streets in a couple months.
Sunringle, call him back.
Take me back.
Someone hook Brad up with rims.
Dude, yeah, I keep thrashing them. Throw me some parts. I'll ride them.
Alright, with that said, we get to my favorite part, which is like the video, subscribe to the account, comment and let me know if anything you like or didn't like, anything I should change. I'd prefer to respond to comments from people that are actually paying attention rather than random people telling me that you should make sure you focus more. And I'm like, have you watched it? And they said no.
Yeah, fuck you then.
And I was like, well then, what are you even telling me? How does your opinion matter?
Right. Next time you see me at the skate park, you should buy me a Mountain Dew. That'd be dope. Or a Red Bull. Keep me going. You never know, I might be filming a clip. I'm probably filming a clip.
Or waiting for a commercial to pass.
Or once the commercial passes, then I get the clip.
Follow BMX Gibbs on Instagram. Is that your Snapchat too?
Nah. Brad BMX 412.
Brad BMX 412.
Switched it up on there.
Send Brad pictures of your hot girlfriend. Or hot mom, either way. Doesn't matter.
I'll take them both.
And a phone number, ideally.
Yeah, that's usually cool.
I mean, I guess you don't want to give him your girlfriend's phone number, but you can give him your mom's.
I'll take either of those too.
Follow GrindWorks _BMX on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, and then GrindWorks BMX with no underscore on Facebook, Mixer, and Anchor, and I believe that's what all like the Spotify and everything will come up on. GrindWorks BMX with no underscore. So again, like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, totally sick, man. Now you got a notification right over it. Oh, and YouTube. YouTube is GrindWorks BMX with no underscore. Some of you are probably on there right now.
Very sweet.
But, alright. Thanks for checking this one out. Oh, that's me still. Why is that me still? I chose the wrong thing because I'm dumb. Hey guys, thanks for checking this episode out. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Anchor, whatever you like to listen to your podcasts on. We should be on there. That's how you're getting this. Follow us on our other social media at GrindWorks _BMX on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Also GrindWorks BMX on Facebook, Mixer, YouTube, and whatever else there is. I can't think right now. Anyway, see you guys next week.